When it comes to making the right decisions for your health and fitness, social media is pretty much ruining everything.
Table salt. You realize this shit makes you dumb?
We're boycotting Chipotle until they stop using seed oils.
And I'm gonna have testicle ceviche on seafood.
Okay.
The second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week.
Increase the intensity.
Quinoa is so bad for you that you cannot eat it.
Yeah, so basically it's really confusing out there now. Some people think that eating steak every single day for every meal is the healthiest thing ever. And then some people think being a vegan is the healthiest thing ever and that eating steak causes cancer. Some people think eating anything with seed oils is gonna kill you. Some people think there's so many pesticides in our fruit at the grocery store that you have to avoid those as well. And then some people think the key to health is eating liver and all kinds of other disgusting stuff. Some believe if you're not taking a greens powder or you're not doing ice baths, then you're really truly not living an optimal life. Some people have six packs and really big muscles and claim to be super healthy, but they're also on steroids. So what's the deal? What actually defines being healthy? Does having a six pack make you healthy? Is it how long you live? Is it how much you smile every day? What if you don't drink alcohol, but you eat a ton of processed sugar? What I'm saying is, what does being healthy actually mean? Because every time I open up the internet now, I just see a bunch of contradicting and confusing information, and there's just absolutely no way that everyone making these claims is correct. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you some basic points or some basic check marks that make up what I would consider to be healthy, or you can consider yourself to be a healthy person if you meet most of these checks. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a YouTube guy who makes videos about jumping rope. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, but I'm guessing that the things I'm about to say are pretty common sense and most of the fitness world or industry would agree with me. But then again, maybe not, because what I see on social media is totally crazy. Anyway, let's get into it. So here's what being healthy means to me. Being somewhat lean and muscular. So in general, I think having less fat on your body than having more fat on your body is healthier. Now, what that body fat percentage is up for debate. But if you have an excess of body fat, I do think that will cause cardiovascular problems, organ problems, and can lead to more cancers and things like diabetes down the road. So although I can't tell you that, yes, 6% body fat is way healthier than 12%. I would say in general, if you have a decent amount of lean muscle and not an excess of body fat, I would consider you a healthy person. Because remember, having a six pack is not a bulletproof, promising thing that means you're healthy. Number 2, and this is a huge one. I believe that most people have health issues and or die young because of stress. Having a lot of stress in your life or just consistently being angry or not feeling good leads to a lot more health problems than I think we understand. And by the way, I'm not saying you need to be like, oh, I'm so happy, like whoopee, I'm so happy all the time. I just mean when you feel a sense of peace and calmness most of the time. I'm not saying that you don't have stress in your life, everyone does. But I would say if most of your life, your mood is generally like, you're like, yeah, I'm good, dude. Like I struggle with certain things like everyone else does, but for the most part, I feel good about myself. I feel good about my life. That to me is an indicator of good health. Number 3, check mark. Being able to do what you want without pain. Now, this could be surfing. This could be lifting up your small children. This could be hiking Machu Picchu. This could be playing rec league soccer. Maybe it's farming or gardening in your backyard, running away from zombies, whatever it is. The thing I'm getting at is, can you move effectively, sprint, push, pull, swim without having an excess of pain? I think if you can generally go about your day and do active things, not just, lifting weights, but doing a bunch of other active things and having a good time and feeling good in your body so your joints aren't hurting, you feel like you don't have chronic pain is what I'm trying to say. If you can say, no, I generally don't have a lot of pain, I would view that as being healthy. All right, next one. Eating mostly unprocessed foods. I'm surprised that this is even like a thing anymore. What I mean by unprocessed foods is just food that is actually food. So fruits, vegetables, because they come from the ground, they come from trees, meat, fish, chicken, like all of those things are on the earth and have existed on the earth for a very long time. Nuts, legumes, that's food. Like that stuff was put here for us to consume. Whatever higher power you believe in, I do believe that all of those foods that we already have on this earth, our bodies were made to intake those and get benefit from them. So if you're someone who eats mostly real food, then I would say you're generally pretty healthy. If you eat a lot of processed food, carbs, Snickers bars, bread, ton of rice, just things that are man-made and not, in nature, then I would say that would be more of a concern. So I don't want to overcomplicate this. I would just say I would consider you healthy if you eat mostly fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, fish, chicken, meat, stuff like that. Just actual food that doesn't come in a wrapper or a can. The next marker of being healthy, I would say, this is to my older people out there, are you functional as an older person? Something I see pretty consistently is like there's two groups of older people. And when I say older, I mean like past the age of your late 50s, like late 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. There's people that get to age 50 or mid 50s that are sort of like, oh, my knees hurt, my back hurts, I'm overweight, I don't feel good, I have too much stress. And then there's another group of people who seem to just be moving fine. Like sometimes I'll be surfing with people who look well into their 60s and they're out there, shredding harder than some of the younger kids. So I would say if you are an older person, a senior citizen, if you will, and you are moving well, you feel good. Yeah, you might not move as well as you did when you were 20 or 30, but if you're still moving, you're active, and you generally feel good about yourself, I would consider that health. And the last one, which I want to do an entirely different video on, to be honest, is a marker of health is feeling confident about who you are and what body you have obtained. So what I mean by this is just like, everyone is genetically different. You might not be able to look like someone else that you see on Instagram who's, ridiculously ripped and has a super low body fat percentage. The marker of health that not a lot of people talk about is just like feeling good at what you are able to obtain. So I'm not saying like body positivity, like, oh, I'm super overweight, but I feel good about myself, which that's also fine, but that's not what I'm getting at here. I'm saying like you do the best you can for yourself. And at the end of the day, you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I feel confident about that. Like I have a good muscular base. I'm somewhat lean. Maybe I'm not as ripped as some of these like Instagram models and stuff, but I feel good about my body. I feel like I look good naked. I feel like I move good. I just like who I am. If you're someone who's trying to lose weight or get in shape because you want other people's validation, it's just like a lose-lose game. And I'm also saying this from a place of like, that used to be me for so long. I used to constantly compare myself. I don't quite look like that guy, but I look better than that guy. So I must be somewhat healthy. And I've just realized like, I feel way healthier mentally if I just look in the mirror and I can make the judgment for myself of what I should do. If I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, nah, Dan Whitmer, like you can do better than that, bro. Like you've been slacking a little bit. You need to like, do some more push-ups, wake up early, jump more rope, whatever, lose some weight. Or I look in the mirror and I'm like, yes, I feel good about my body. I like who I am. I like how I feel. I like the things that I'm able to do. That would be, to me, a marker of good health. So yeah, guys, those are the things that I think actually mean you're healthy. And I definitely would appreciate if you guys commented below and maybe added some that I might have missed. But I think in general, those were just like my basic, if you can check most of those boxes, I would consider you a healthy person. I think it's really easy to get wrapped up in today's world of like trying to be perfect, trying to be this like obsessed fitness person who's obsessed with losing weight, they're obsessed with how they look, all that. And I just don't think you need to do that. I think there should be a middle ground between you should be striving to be the best version of yourself. You shouldn't be lazy, but you should also just be confident with like, I'm doing the best that I can for myself and I'm not gonna let how I look take over my entire life. There's so much more to life, guys, than just being leaner than the next person. Like there's so many great experiences, things you can do, hobbies you can have, food you can eat, places you can travel, people you can meet. That's the important stuff in life. So I'm trying to get people more interested in like recognizing that your life is a very big, awesome thing, and your fitness and health goals are just a small piece of that pie. All right, well, that's my rant for today. Appreciate you guys being here. We sell jump ropes on this channel. So if you want a jump rope, the one that I use for losing weight and fitness, it's linked up right here. You can get 15% off with code DOTHETHING. Also, the other thing we sell is the Jump Rope Dude app. That's kind of like the VIP zone. All of our full-length programs are on the app. We have an accountability community that I'm always posting in. Other people are posting in it to make sure they're staying on track to their goals. We have recovery videos, nutrition, recipes, and explaining how to eat in a more enjoyable way. That's all on the Jump Rope Dudes app. There's a 7-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. So check those things out. Comment, let me know what you guys want to chat about, and I'll see you guys on the next video.